Welcome back today with us a new story about the dark forest. Scary but fun. Please subscribe in the channel for all new. As the sun set behind the mountains, the forest grew darker and more ominous. It was a place that locals whispered about in hushed tones, a place where strange things happened and where no one dared to venture after dark. Yet, despite the warnings, a group of 5 friends decided to explore the forest that night. They had heard stories of a haunted graveyard deep within the woods, and were eager to investigate. They packed flashlights and snacks, and set out on the winding path that led into the heart of the forest. The air was thick with the smell of decaying leaves and damp earth, and the sounds of the forest were deafening. Crickets chirped, owls hooted, and the occasional rustling in the underbrush sent shivers down the spines of the group. As they walked deeper into the woods, the trees grew thicker and more twisted. The moon, which had been bright at the start of their journey, was now hidden behind a thick veil of clouds. They had to rely on their flashlights to navigate the dark and winding path. Suddenly, one of the friends, named Sarah, tripped over a root and fell to the ground. Her flashlight flickered and then died, leaving the group in complete darkness. They fumbled for their phones, but the signal was weak and they couldn't get a connection. Panic set in as they realized they were lost. They could no longer see the path, and the forest seemed to be closing in around them. They heard strange whispers and cackles, and felt cold fingers brush against their skin. They tried to retrace their steps, but the forest seemed to have shifted, the trees now twisted and gnarled, and the path leading in different directions. They were hopelessly lost. As the night wore on, the friends began to feel like they were being watched. Shadows moved in the corners of their eyes, and strange noises echoed through the trees. They heard footsteps following them, and then stopped abruptly when they turned around. Then they saw a figure standing in the shadows, its eyes glowing red in the dark. They froze, unable to move or speak. The figure slowly stepped forward, and they saw that it was a tall, thin man with a long, twisted grin. He spoke in a soft, eerie voice, telling them they had trespassed in the wrong woods, and that he would be their guide from now on. He led them deeper into the forest, his steps silent and graceful. They followed him, too scared to do anything else. The deeper they went, the more surreal the forest became. The trees twisted into strange shapes, and the ground seemed to breathe under their feet. They heard the sound of running water, and soon came upon a small creek. The man led them to the edge of the water, and gestured for them to drink. They were thirsty and tired, and eagerly drank from the cool, clear stream. But as soon as they drank, they felt a strange sensation creeping over their bodies. Their skin grew clammy, and their heads began to spin. They felt like they were falling into a deep, dark hole, and that there was no way out. The man laughed softly, his twisted grin spreading across his face. He had lured them into his trap, and now they were his. The friends tried to run, but their legs felt like lead. They stumbled and fell, and the man appeared at their sides, whispering in their ears. They were trapped in a dark, haunted forest, with no way out. As dawn broke, the man disappeared, leaving the friends huddled together, shaking with fear. They stumbled back to town, where they were met with disbelief and skepticism. But they knew what they had seen. The friends never spoke of their experience in the dark forest again, but it haunted them for the rest of their lives. They could never forget the feeling of being trapped in a nightmare, where reality and illusion blended together. Years later, one of the friends returned to the forest, hoping to find some closure. But the forest was gone, replaced by a sprawling suburb. The haunted graveyard and the twisted trees were nothing but a distant memory. However, the friend still felt the chill of the night air on his skin, and heard the whispering voices in the wind. The dark forest may have been gone, but its legacy remained, a testament to the power of fear and the horrors that can lurk in the shadows. And so, the dark forest remains a cautionary tale, a warning to those who dare to venture into the unknown. For in the heart of the forest, there may be things that we cannot comprehend, Things that will forever haunt our dreams and nightmares.